Hi, I'm Dr. Frank A. Thomas, and this is another version of Living Your Passion. I want to talk to you about a very important spiritual principle about making decisions when you're not rested. This is a very critical lesson. It's critical because I made a very important decision in my life when I was not rested. I made a decision to leave a ministry when I was exhausted, tired, burned out, burned up. And while ultimately I believe that it was God's will and God used the decision to glorify God's name and bless people, I made the decision unrested. And so I'm encouraging you, don't make important decisions under the duress of tiredness, weariness, anger, bitterness, negative feelings. You make bad decisions. Get some rest before you make decisions. Get some rest before you make important decisions. Get some rest. Get away for a while. Get out of the fray. Get some rest. Sometimes we need rest. So, what I would advise you, if I could really, can we laugh a minute? You know what I think you need? I think you need a nap. Let me tell you this story. This is how I came. This is how I came to part of this insight. I was a pastor, and I had been working so many hours that I was flat out exhausted. In those days, they used to put those pink slips of paper. Many of you are too young for that. They used to write the message out. And so on my desk, somebody called, there was something, you have to respond. The secretary would write all the details. And my desk was filled with, and so I walked into the office and broke down into tears because I was exhausted and I was weary. I looked at all that work. So I went home and decided to go to a retreat center. I went to a retreat center. And at this retreat center, when I came in, I made the appointment. It was a couple days later. I came in. They do an intake. So it was a nun. It was a Catholic place. I was not Catholic, but I needed help. And when you need help, you take help where you can get it, right? So I went and I sat down and talked to this nun. And so I described to her what was going on. And she was an older woman. She was very spiritual. She was. And she was of German descent. And I was having trouble picking up her language dialect. So after I poured my heart out, she said, "You need a nap." I said, "A nap? I didn't come all this way for you to tell me that I needed a nap. You're supposed to give me spiritual wisdom and spiritual insight." She said, "You need a nap. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go to your room and I want you to sleep until you feel like getting up." So I went to my room and slept 14 hours until I felt like getting up. And when I got up, I had not slept till I felt like getting up in so long. It was amazing. And we went from there, and she gave me spiritual wisdom from the scriptures, and we read scripture together, and it was wonderful. But do not underestimate the power of a nap. Get some rest. Don't make important decisions without rest. I believe you need a nap. Get some rest. And I think God will speak afresh. Thank you for listening. Every Monday, we do a Periscope call. It's a live session on preaching. Every week on SoundCloud, we upload a spiritual vitamin on SoundCloud. On Monday, we release another version, a video teaching on preaching. We release it. And on Friday, we release another version of Living Your Passion. Thank you for listening to this. I hope you'll take a nap after you listen to this. I hope you'll get some rest. Don't make important decisions without rest. Please don't make important decisions without rest. Get some rest, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. God bless you. See you next week.